Knitting supplies and yarns of every color make up this small yarn shop located in Lockport, Nova Scotia, known as Becky's Knit and Yarn Shop. Welcome to Becky's Knit and Yarn Shop, located here in Lockport, Nova Scotia. This small but unique yarn shop that was founded by Becky Williams in 2010 has a little bit of everything for the knitter in mind, and even has specialty Nova Scotia colors that include West Head Cranberries, Locks Island Lobster, and Lockport Green Wave.
I've been in business for 32 years. I started about 7 years ago collecting up some yarn. Some of the local ladies here and stuff were tired of driving so far away for good quality yarns, especially sock yarns. And so I decided I had some extra shelving units and stuff that we could stock just a very basic amount. Anyway, over the years it's gone from that into almost really a full-time business. I specialize with having German opal wool, and that's one of my biggest ones, along with Briggs & Little, which is in Harvey Station, New Brunswick, the oldest woolen mill in Canada.
And although Becky is already well known for providing a high-quality product, she is also very popular with 4 uniquely Nova Scotia yarns that she has created, all by herself.
I have 4 local custom colors presently, hoping to have more in the future. My first one started as Lockport Green Wave, which is our high school colors here. Briggs & Little was a big part of helping me with these. I kind of decided on the colors prior to sending them product and stuff. But these are custom to my shop only. They come in 1 and 2 ply, so a sport weight and a worsted heritage weight. Locks Island Lobster was actually lobsters that were caught aboard the marine vessel Atlantic Star by Kevin Williams, in which he brought me the lobsters. I cooked them, sent the claws away to a place in Montreal. In fact, Briggs & Little sent them for me. And from there, they ground them down in whatever they do to get the dye lot. Now, the lobster shell is not into the actual yarn, but the dye lot comes directly from the lobster shell. And anyway, that was our second color. That came out probably 3 years ago now. Last year, we had West Head Cranberries. Captain Edsel Roach, who is now retired, picked the cranberries down in West Head, which is just off of Lockport here, a couple miles, and he picked them what he calls in Hell's Kitchen. We have no idea where that was. This poor man went with a broken hip to pick me the cranberry because he was so adamant about doing it for me. Anyway, I dehydrated the cranberries. It takes about a 6-month process from start to finish. By the time you dehydrate, send them away, get it back, and get them produced. And then recently, last summer, I picked cranberries in Canada Hill, up on property that I own that I inherited from my mother, that she inherited from her father. And Canada Hill Wild Blueberries is the same thing. I picked the blueberries, dehydrated them, sent them to Briggs & Little, which they sent them away to the lab in Montreal. And from there, we developed Canada Hill Wild Blueberries. I tend to specialize with what the people of this area like to do. And we call them hand knit necessaries, meaning gloves, socks, toques, sweaters, cowls, scarves, be it something you wear. There are a few things that the ladies and guys knit that may be an ornament or a teddy bear or something like that. But most people here are very down to earth. They want something they can use for their loved ones or themselves. And by that, I've kind of gone through the gamut of getting product in, getting rid of product, getting more product in.
And one of the more unique items that Becky showcases at her shop is none other than Lockie the Lobster.
Lockie the Lobster was developed actually about 3 years ago. I took a trip to Newfoundland, and at that time I only had my Lockport Green Wave and Locks Island Lobster yarns available, and went to visit some ladies that are now totally involved into my festival, called Christine LeGros from Spindrift Knits. Her daughter Lori, who does a lot of knitting, decided that she wanted to develop something with the 2 colors and actually knit a hat. And she wanted to label it something that would stand out and kind of combine the 2 provinces together. Well, lobster's both a mainstay in both provinces, and she wanted to name it after my dog Lockie. So Lockie the Lobster started out as a hat, and well, it started out as a dog actually into a hat with the custom yarns. And last year when we were trying to decide what kind of a catchy little name we could use for this in the event, we redid it all over again. We decided we would call it Lockie the Lobster Knitting Festival.
And whether you're new to knitting or even a seasoned veteran, if it's knitting supplies that you're looking for, look no further than Becky's Knit and Yarn Shop right here in Lockport, Nova Scotia. And if you love knitting and want to check out an amazing festival from October 2nd to the 6th, check out Lockie the Lobster Knitting Festival right here in Lockport, Nova Scotia. It truly will bring the inner knitter out in all of you. Reporting in Lockport, Nova Scotia for Ian Swinimer Reports, I'm Ian Swinimer, and thanks for watching.